Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 53 of Gamestack Podcast. I am Shaline, and joining me today is Vendertron. Wait, where's Vendertron?
He left.
He left?
He left.
Okay.
Right before we went on air, he's like, I'm out of here, guys.
Okay, Vendertron is not here today, guys. We're sorry. He'll be back. He will return.
Real quick. Have you ever noticed that the image of that particular Vendertron is wearing tidy whities?
I hadn't noticed that. But it does kind
Why?
of look like tidy whities. I don't know. I don't know if it's supposed to be tidy whities or if it's just like a robot piece. I don't. This is a Ben Yannick original. This
A
one.
cog piece? Get
So,
it? Cog?
Nice.
Cog gear? Cog?
Nice.
Yeah. Welcome.
So you can ask Ben why Vendor is wearing tidy whities. Maybe he just has some modesty that he wants to cover himself up. I don't know, but this guy is Rick McVick. Hello, Rick.
Hi, how you doing?
I am doing great. How are you? We haven't even had a chance to chat today, so
I know,
give
it's
me
all
the spill
fresh.
the tea. Give me the news.
It's all
How's
fresh.
it going?
Spill the tea. It's going pretty good. Today went pretty fast, although I whacked my head on an air duct in the upper warehouse and it bled a little. But other than that, I'm fine. I'm
Ooh.
fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Anyway, so the ending of the night was actually pretty good. I got to watch The Mandalorian with my wife and have a really good phone conversation with a much older gentleman about recording and stuff in like the 60s and stuff. So yeah, some good connections. I think it'll be good. So yeah, it was just a good Friday, even though I had to work stupid retail, but that was okay. And tomorrow will be a full day of music stuff, so that'll be fine. That'll be fun. How are you?
Did you have a nice Thanksgiving?
Oh, right, that happened. Yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. Nothing crazy, the standard fare of turkey, cranberry sauce, and stuffings. Two types of stuffing, one that was in the bird, one that was out.
Yeah, I prefer
And
the
of course,
out
too
of the
much pie.
bird stuffing. The inside the bird stuffing is like, I don't
Really?
know. I don't like it as much.
Oh, it's so moist.
Yeah.
And too much pie, so it was good.
Sounds like a success. I also had a nice Thanksgiving. It was very quiet. We had some turkey and some stuffing and a sweet potato and
A sweet potato.
a sweet potato. Well, there's only three of us. We
You split. You split.
we just need one. It's, we
Really?
don't do we don't do like the whole like pan of sweet potatoes with like mushrooms and crap. Mushrooms. I mean marshmallows. I've been using the wrong words all day. But we just do like a baked sweet potato because like I feel like the sweetened sweet potatoes are kind of a monstrosity. So yeah.
What's that one dish they make with sweet potatoes that has like brown sugar and such on it?
Yeah.
That's really good.
Welcome to everybody who's joining us in the chat. Tasman is asking what happened to Fallout. Well, we're doing Gamestack today because we missed it last week. So
Yep.
I already had all
Keeping the
these show
schedule.
notes ready for Gamestack, and why let them waste? Why not just use them? So
Yes.
indeed. But I'm doing good. I had a nice Thanksgiving, nice quiet day. Had a nice quiet Friday today. It was really cool to not be at work after years in the hospitality industry. It's really cool to be home the day after Thanksgiving. Really cool. Yep. Loved it. It was great. And yeah, just hung out around my house. It was nice. So let's do a podcast, huh? Should we?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
So guys, Extra Life was a thing that we did last weekend.
It was a success.
It was a big success. It was a triumph. We're making a note here. Huge success. We raised a total of $1,080 together for the Children's Miracle Network. So yay! And we wanted to go ahead.
I wish I had the lunchbox opening like
the little confetti.
Yeah.
Or the grunt birthday party skull noise from Halo when you headshot the grunts.
Yeah.
It's like, yay!
Yeah.
Well, it was a big success, and we want to do some shout outs here. We would like to thank some people who helped make this happen. First, we'd like to thank Nepthys Nile, who joined our Extra Life team and raised some money for the kids on her own team page. And our tireless mods, Kern Jess, Joseph Tao, and Archin.
Oh yeah,
Um, Jess was there for like the entire 24 hours, man. That lady's a
yeah,
machine.
yeah.
And
She was there the whole time.
yeah, all of our mods were huge supports during that time, and we really appreciate you guys sacrificing your sleep and your time to help us with that.
Hmm.
Of course, we would like to thank everyone who donated,
Yes,
because
thank you.
that's, yeah, you guys are who made this happen. And
Yep.
we'd like to thank everyone who hung out in the chat to keep us going. You know, it's disheartening. It's a little disheartening when you're doing a stream and no one's there.
Oh,
So
there were people. Oh, there were people.
we
I
had
mean,
a lot of people. It was
3
nice.
a.m.
Yeah.
3 a.m. Shaline and Vendor are sleeping, and I'm like trudging away. And there are like 20 some odd people in the chat, and maybe not all 20 were chatting, but it was definitely
Hmm.
a lot of viewers. Um, it
Yeah, I
was
popped
definitely a
back
lot of
on
fun.
at 3 a.m. my time, and
Right.
there were 25 people in chat.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That's it was I was shocked. I would also like to do a special thank you to the Dames Who Game, who were super supportive, and Jess and Pantagruelia and Sarah were there for most of the stream. They were there for a lot of the stream, and I would like to thank them for being so supportive of the channel
Hmm.
and the stream. So that was lovely.
Yeah, it was cool.
It was really neat to have like worlds collide there and have have the dames chatting with you guys.
Yeah, it was funny because at like 3 a.m. So I played the last like game I played. I think of that I was cognitive for was um flew out of my head. Battlefield 5, and I played it with a couple of my friends, and till like 1 a.m. And I think after that, I was trying to get Modern Warfare to work, and it wasn't working right. And so I think I went back to Fallout for a little bit, and then eventually went and did PC Building Simulator. And at the time, I was spinning 45s. I brought my record player up and I like configured it to like work kind of on the PC and like mixed it in so it wasn't too loud. And I was spinning 45s for like, man, it must have been like 2 hours or something. I mean, I went through like a stack that big. It was a huge stack that I went through, and everyone seemed to like it. So that was fun. That kind of kept things going till like the umpteenth hours of the evening. But yeah, so it was a lot of fun. Hour 19, once that hit, that was the hard one. That was like I've got 5 hours left and I'm crashing from the caffeine I've had. So
Mm-hmm.
that was the tough one. It was a lot of fun though.
It was an awful lot of fun. I didn't get to be there for the whole 24 hours, but I really enjoyed all the time that I was there. I especially thought it was fabulous playing Division with you for that last stretch. It had been too long. It had been too
I
long.
was I was like like I just wanted to be over.
And I was fresh because I'd had a little nap and I felt like my sniping skills were on point. It was a good time. It
And
was a
I
very
was
good
like falling asleep shooting walls.
time. It was okay. It was
So
okay. I had your back. So if you're here
you did.
joining us live today, host us on Twitch. If you're not here live, tell your friends about the show. Tell your mom. Tell your mom's friends, and help the show to grow. You know, just spread the show far and wide. It'll be
Mm-hmm.
fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. One thing that really helps our show to grow is leaving 5-star reviews for us. And we like to shout out the people who leave us 5-star iTunes reviews. Rick, would you like to read this week's 5-star review?
Yes, this week's 5-star review is brought to us by Eric Gold, who says, Fun General Gaming Podcast. These three bring you news and gameplay from all corners of the gaming world. They have introduced me to games that I would have otherwise never played. Do yourself a favor and check them out. Eric, a.k.a. Suleer, from Nintendo Podcast. No, Nintendo. Nintendo?
It was an F. I double checked. Nintendo.
Nintendo Podcast.
We're gonna have to check them out
Yeah.
for
Good guy.
all your Nintendo news.
What a good guy.
Indeed. Thank you, Solior. And we have some news today, some gameplay stories. I've played so many video games. It's going to be like a 9-hour gameplay
I
stories
know. I can't wait to
segment.
talk about them.
It's going to be great. And an email. We have a lovely listener email. But first,
Nice.
we will start out with some news. This just in. Hey, Rick, why don't you tell us about the new releases for the month of December?
All right. So add these to your Christmas list, folks, because these are the new releases for December. Starting with Life is Strange, Episode 2. Sorry, Life is Strange 2, Episode 5, coming out December 3rd on PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. And I do believe we're going to be requesting a stream between Vendertron and Shaline.
I would really like to. We're still on episode 3, I believe.
Oh, come on.
I know. And Bender's like, I don't have time. And then he streams like 19 hours of Euro Truck Simulator.
And we can
Just
talk bad about him because he's not here.
exactly.
So, and then we've got a game that apparently takes 24 hours to well, no. I'm sorry, I got something in my throat. Maybe takes like 16 hours to complete. It's called Earth Night. That's for PC, PlayStation 4, and Switch on December 23rd. And then also you can get Fight and Rage on
Yeah.
PlayStation 4.
The
Halo
next game sometimes gives me fight and rage.
Halo: the Master Chief Collection with only Halo Reach comes out on PC December 3rd as well. Saga Scarlet Grace: Ambitions, PC, PlayStation 4, Switch, and Android and iOS on December 3rd. And the following games are also available on December 3rd. Skellboy on Switch, Blair Witch on PlayStation 4, Simulacra, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Switch. And then you get Farming. I think this is wrong. Farming Simulator 20?
No, that's not wrong.
There's 20 of those things?
No, it's the year. It's for the year 2020.
Oh, right. So Farming Simulator 20 comes out on the Switch. Neverwinter Nights: Enhanced Edition, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and the Switch. Phoenix Point, PC, Xbox One, and Tools Up, PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Switch. December 4th, you can expect such masterpieces as Vampire: The Masquerade, Courtiers of New York. See, you thought the title was over. Then no, it continued on.
Yeah, this one had a colon and a dash.
Oh, I missed the dash. So it'd be, yeah, okay. So that comes out on PC. Kerbal Space Program, Breaking Ground expansion, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. That's on December 5th, along with Star Ocean First Departure R. Because, sure. PlayStation 4 and Switch. You can get Mosaic on PC. Darksiders Genesis comes out on PC and Stadia December 5th. And this takes us to December the 6th. You get Assassin's Creed: The Rebel Collection on the Switch. Is that just like a collection of all the ones that they've released so far?
No, it's a collection of, I think it's 3. The one that I was playing recently, Liberation, and
Liberace.
and Rogue, I think, are what comprise the Rebel collection.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure, but that's what I think is in there.
Okay. Well, if that isn't your type of tea, you can also get Ancestors: The Humankind Odyssey on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One on December 6th. On December 9th, you get Ashen, PlayStation 4 and Switch. You can get a game that I used to play back in the day with a joystick, Mech Warrior 5, Mercenaries. So I don't remember which one I used to play, but that comes out on December 10th. Also on December 10th, you can get Avicii Inventor, PC and Xbox One. Hades, which is on Steam Early Access on PC. Did I interrupt? Did I mess the name up?
No.
Okay, you unmuted yourself, and it's usually when you're like, wait a minute.
No, I had muted to type.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because nobody wants to hear this nonsense on the podcast.
Nope, we still don't. So also on December 10th, you can get Fishing Barents Sea -- Complete Edition, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and the Switch. Let's see. December 10th, you can also find Call of Juarez. Did I say that right, Shaline? Resident Spaniard?
Wow, there's a lot going on with that statement. Call of Juarez.
You got to say it with the right dialect, right? Juarez, the
Call
colon
of
gunslinger.
Juarez. That's good enough. Juarez. That's good enough.
Gunslinger on the Switch. You can get Dragon Quest Builders 2 on PC December 10th. Also on December 10th, Jurassic World Evolution: Return to Jurassic Park DLC on PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. Terminator: Resistance. I'll let that one simmer for a bit. And then
Oh,
PC,
colon
PlayStation 4.
resistance.
Because
That's one of the
colon, yeah.
worst types of resistance.
PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Switch. It takes place apparently after T2. I'm imagining that's popped in there by Joseph Tao. This one again. On December 10th, you can get
Didn't we
Black
already do
Sad.
this one?
I guess I don't know. But Black Sad, Under the Skin. PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Switch on December 10th. I think maybe the first one was early access.
Ah.
I just want to like make like a sad face after I say that title.
Oh
I don't know
dear.
why. Hearthstone: Descent of Dragons on PC and mobile. And that takes us to December 11th, where you can get Transport Fever 2 on PC. You can get Jamestown Plus on PC and Switch. I'd like to see the sequel, Jonestown, because there's a massacre. Detroit: Become Human, PC, December 12th. So, what did you play that on, Shaline?
I played it on PS4. It was excellent. I highly recommend anybody who thinks they might be interested to play it. I was obsessed with Detroit for like a month. I just played it over and over again, trying to unlock every possible scenario. Um, yeah, it was one of those games that really sucked me in. It was bad. It was bad.
Nice. I know you and Vendor played it a good bit.
Hmm.
All right. And then we've got Whatum on PC, PlayStation 4 on December 17th. Let's see here. And these don't have a specific date yet, but they are slated to release in December. You got Super Epic on PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Switch. You've got Good Night Night dash Steam Early Access on PC. And it's like Good Night and then Night, like Shining Armor Night.
Oh, like Good Night
Good Night
Knicket?
Night. Good night, moon. Good night, spoon. Good night, night kind of thing. And then keeping in with the chivalrous kind of thing, you've got Shovel Knight: King of Cards on PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Switch, and Shovel Knight Showdown on PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Switch, also for some kind of December release. And then you've got Lost Words: Beyond the Page. PC,
Lost
PlayStation
Words.
4,
We've had a
Xbox One,
lot
and
of
Switch.
those in this
Yeah.
podcast. Yeah.
Um, So that's the games to release in December. Not a huge list, only one and
I'm
a half pages.
a little bit excited for a couple of these. Let's see here.
Oh,
What were
do
they?
tell, do tell.
Halo Reach on PC. I'm extremely excited for that because I'm going to force my friends to play it with me.
That being me.
Yes, that being you, that being Vendertron, that being Archin. You guys are going to have to play it with me. That's all there is to it. I don't make the
Of course.
rules. I don't make the rules.
Can,
That's just
can
how
Sarah
it is.
join?
Sarah can also join us. Yes.
She'll want to join.
Yes, Sarah can play with us. I've never played a game with your wife.
She doesn't exist.
She doesn't exist?
No, she just plays a
Interesting.
lot of Destiny.
Yeah. I think that would be fun to play together. So I'm very excited about that. Mosaic is a game that I've had my eye on for quite a while.
I had a feeling you were going to say that. Just no reason.
It's like an indie artsy title.
No, you don't say.
Yeah, I know. I have a weak spot for that kind of game.
It's okay.
But it's kind of about a story about corporate evilness and stuff. It looks interesting to me. And of course, Shovel Knight's brilliant. So expansions for Shovel Knight are good. Detroit is brilliant. So anybody who missed the chance to play that on PS4 should definitely pick it up on PC. I guess that's all the commentary I have there. Hey, Rick.
What?
Why don't you tell us about the free games for December? Games with subscriptions and stuff.
Okay. So if you have an Xbox and you have Xbox games with gold, you will get Insane Robots December for the month of December.
We already have one of those.
That's true. Well, we don't have him right now Apparently, he's out to din din. Anyway, Jurassic World Evolution is December 16th through the 15th. January 15th. I thought that sounded weird in my head. Toy Story 3 is December 1st through the 15th. And Castlevania: Lords of Shadow Dash Mirror of Fate HD on December 16th through the 31st.
Ah, yes, the colon lords.
ah. On PlayStation Plus, available December 3rd through January 6th, you get Titanfall 2, Monster Energy Supercross Dash, the official video game. Because apparently there was one that wasn't official. They needed to make one that was.
That's actually like Monster Energy drinks.
I
Monster
know.
Energy Drinks Supercross
I can only
video
imagine
game.
how much of a glorious game that one is.
You know that's got to be a gem.
Yeah. Oh, this reared its ugly head. Twitch Prime. There's currently an awesome Sea of Thieves bundle with a unicorn figurehead sales flag and a cool purple ship hull paint and a cool purple capuchin monkey. Also, a couple of emotes. Yeah. So Shalene's like, I'm going to decorate the ship. I'm going to decorate the ship. And I already knew it was going to be all Lisa Frank. And so we'll get into just stay tuned for this story because Shaline is like, I'm going to decorate the ship. And yes, it's everything you're imagining in your head.
It was lovely.
Um, So also with Twitch Prime, you get Hugh, Hover, Sherlock Holmes, the Devil's Daughter, Toe Jam and Earl back in the groove, and Ski Lifts Go Wrong.
That sounds like every skiing experience I've ever had.
Yeesh. On Epic, you can get Rayman Legends. It's available until December 6th. And Jotun Valhalla Edition. What? Okay, Jotun Valhalla Edition. Available December 5th through the 12th. So there you go, folks. Those are the free games you can pick up if you have those specific things that you pay for monthly and have. And also some games to look out for this December.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Rick.
You're welcome. Back to you.
It's been kind of a slow news time lately, so
Yeah.
we don't have a ton of news. I believe I forgot to do the customary shout out to Joseph Tao at the beginning of the news segment.
There it is.
So thank you, Joseph, for helping us to compile the news. This show would not be the same without you. So our first article is a bit of a GameStop story. Activision and EA insiders have been profiting from selling stock during buybacks. And Joseph included a bit of commentary. I can't believe that this is legal, he says. The SEC commissioner is apparently looking into making sure that stuff like this can't happen anymore. So this article is by James Batchelor on gamesindustry.biz, and it states that Activision Blizzard and Electronic Arts are among many major firms where company insiders have been profiting greatly during buyback programs. And this investigation was done by the Washington Post. It revealed that officials have sold their own share in the wake of a buyback announcement for considerably more than they would have just days before. And they also note that rules laid out by Securities and Exchange Commission do allow insider selling during a buyback. The most prominent example in this report centers around Call of Duty and Candy Crush publisher Activision Blizzard, which announced a $1 billion buyback program in February of 2017. This was announced on February 9th, and by February 17th, 5 Activision top officials had sold their shares for over $430 million. Among them was CEO Bobby Kotick, who sold nearly 4 million shares for $180.8 million the day after the announcement. That's 15% higher than he would have sold them for before the stock rose based on this news. Kotick's business partner and the chairman of the board, Brian Kelly, sold over 5 million shares for over $230.1 million. And during this entire buyback program, Activision did not repurchase any of its shares. The same happened when the publisher announced a $750 million buyback in February of 2015. 2 years on, not one share had been purchased. And in a statement to the Washington Post, Activision said they did not do anything improper and that some insider sales follow buyback announcements because this is when a quarterly window opens up for employees to trade if they want to, and it usually coincides with annual earnings reports. The publisher also emphasized that Kotick and other officers and directors continued to own millions of shares, ensuring the alignment of their interests with the rest of our shareholders. Consistent with common practice, we don't comment on why we purchase or do not purchase shares, but it is completely incorrect and irresponsible to assert that our board of directors authorizations were entered into for any improper purpose. And of course, Electronic Arts is another example of this happening. Within 23 days, CEO Andrew Wilson had sold shares for $2.1 million at prices between 12% and 19% higher than they were before the announcement of the EA buybacks.
Huh. It seems shady.
Because it is shady.
Like it's a legal loophole, and it's like that
Mm-hmm.
bet might not be
It's
good.
absolutely insider trading. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah, that's no good. I hope that they put a kibosh on that. You know, why is it the game companies are doing it? Money,
mm-hmm.
money, 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 money,
Yeah.
money.
I'm not surprised to see that the two companies named are the two companies that we talk about the most in terms of shady dealings.
Oh yeah, I know.
You know, it's
Yeah,
yeah, they're pretty
I hate upper
much.
management, man.
Hmm.
Just napalm upper management on every company, and everything will be fine.
Somehow, I think that will not fix the
It'll
problems.
be
Yeah,
fine.
when one king dies, you crown another. That's how it goes. So
No, you hold an autonomous commune where they ratify.
that would be nice. That would be nice. Goodness,
We
help, help!
ratify
I'm being
decisions based on a
impressed. I'm
bi-weekly
being
meeting.
impressed.
Come see the violence and hate the system. Help, help. I didn't vote for you.
Okay.
Some moistened pink threw a scimitar at you. It put me away. One of the best scenes in any movie ever.
Rick, your mother was a hamster, and your father smelt of elderberries. But Half-Life has released a new game. A new Half-Life game has been announced. It's not Half-Life 3, but I'm still very excited about it. Only less excited about it than I would like to be. I have a lot of mixed feelings about this. Mixed feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you a Half-Life fan, Rick? Have we talked about this?
You know, I think it was one of those things that I came into it too late.
Mm-hmm.
Um I never got through Half-Life 1 because I just fell out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Never beat Half-Life 2. And I think what it was, I just didn't have a PC in the 90s and early 2000s.
Right.
So I missed a lot of that iconic gaming, you
Right.
know?
Right.
So,
Yeah, I played the original Half-Life actually at school on one of the computers there and was quite enamored of it. And one of the first games that I picked up when I got my 360 was the Orange Box, which includes
yeah.
Half-Life 2 and episodes 1 and 2. So I'm a big fan of the Half-Life series, and Valve has announced a new Half-Life game. It's called Half-Life Alyx, and it is a full-length game, but it is designed for virtual reality. It's set between the events of Half-Life and Half-Life 2, and it's a VR exclusive story telling the story of Alex Vance and her father Eli as they form a resistance to take on the Combine. So this is it's not going to really progress the story that we have right now, but it will fill in a gap that's in that story while Gordon was in stasis between Half-Life and Half-Life 2.
Hmm.
They do recommend, Valve does recommend that that you play the entire series before you play this game. So
Huh.
there must be some kind of tie-in to episode 2, which would be interesting. And yeah, they've teased some new tools that Alex will have in the form of gravity gloves, which are sort of like the gravity gun that is in Half-Life series. And it's going to be an exploration, puzzle solving, combat, and the storytelling that we expect from the Half-Life universe. So I want this. The screenshots look extraordinarily compelling for something that's been on the shelf for so long as the Half-Life series. I want this. But it's VR exclusive, and I don't have a VR. I don't know if I even enjoy VR. I don't want to buy a VR just for this. So I have a lot of mixed feelings. Go ahead.
I have a VR,
You do have a VR. Will you
but I'm
play
probably
it?
not going to play.
Will you play it?
Yeah, you
Tell
can
me
live
if it's
like
worth it.
vicariously through me.
Can I
Sarah
come
might be
visit you and
interested.
play it on your VR?
Absolutely. Um, I don't know if it's going to be on our VR because our like it's still a specific platform.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think a lot of people notice that where it's like, oh, it's VR. I'll buy a VR headset, but it might not be for your set.
It's
Um,
coming to all PC based VR headsets, including the Index, Oculus Rift, the Vive, and Windows Mixed Reality.
I think ours is a HP. I can't remember which one it is,
Okay.
but
It's
Sarah plays a mean Beat Saber.
nice. It's priced at $59.99, but will be free for owners of Valve's Index VR. So
Yeah. Does this raise your hopes for Half-Life 3?
it kind of does, yeah. It kind of
Yeah,
does.
I figured
I
it
feel
might
like
be.
we could potentially get. I don't know if we're gonna get Half-Life 3, but I would really like a Half-Life 2 Episode 3. That's
Yeah.
just give me closure. Just give me closure, please.
This is the first game that Valve has developed and published since like what? Left 4 Dead 2?
Portal 2? Was Portal 2
Portal 2
after Left 4
maybe.
Dead 2?
It could have been after. By the way, Evie's starting to play Portal now.
Yeah, how's that going?
Yeah. At times really good, at times very frustrating for her.
Yeah.
6-year-old tackling those objectives can be pretty tough.
Well, Portal breaks my brain quite a lot of the time, and I have a
She
bachelor's degree, and Evie is
her
6.
it was so funny. She's like trying to do some of the missions where like you have to like fall into it to launch out.
Mm-hmm.
And I kept like trying to say like, you go in and it was so funny because it boiled down to exactly what GLaDOS says. I was like, Evie, just speedy thing goes out, goes in, speedy thing goes out. Like it's just that's how it works. So she'd walk over to the portal and like hop into it. And I'm like, no, you gotta fall.
That is so cute.
But she when she got it, she's like, oh, okay,
Yeah, when
makes
it
sense.
clicks, it clicks.
Yeah. So she's been
Um,
playing that. Well, what happened was she was playing a lot of these like games on her tablet, like silly little like cooking games. Like let's put the raisins on the cookie and then like serve it to the customer
mm-hmm.
who's gonna. And we're like, Evie, you gotta play some real games. Like let's get you on some real games. And Sarah's like, Portal. So now she's like, yeah, Portal. Saturday mornings, Portal.
Something that I do find really interesting is that I'm hearing reports. This is not part of this article, so this is just off the top of my head. So take it with a grain of salt. But I'm hearing reports that they took the Campo Santo team that they purchased,
Hmm.
and they've taken them off of development of In the Valley of Gods, which breaks my heart because I really wanted In the Valley of Gods. It looked amazing. And they
Hmm.
have them working on Half-Life Alyx. So that's
Gotcha.
an interesting development, in my opinion. The nominees for the Game Awards
I'm
were
excited to look at
announced.
this with you.
2019.
Let's go through this. Let's go through this.
Let's do. Okay.
Let's
Game of
well
the
let's start
year.
at let's start at the bottom because
At the
let's
bottom?
end
Okay.
let's end with game of the year or I
Okay,
mean
we
the
don't want
most
to go
relevant.
through all of these.
No. That's too
Yeah.
much.
Let's see here. Let's go with. Okay, we
I
don't
don't
want
want
to
to
talk
start
about
at
any of
Cody.
those.
No, let's do
Best
best.
multiplayer,
Start.
maybe. Let's start
Let,
there.
let's do it. I don't even know where that's at.
I just scrolled way down. And there's
Yeah, let's do it.
also the fresh indie game presented by Subway. Ooh.
Yeah, best multiplayer game. Let's look at that. What do we got?
Apex Legends, Borderlands 3, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, Tetris 99, Tom Clancy's The Division 2.
Well, like we can strike Division 2 off the list because that ain't gonna make it.
Plainly,
And I
plainly, the victor here is Tetris 99.
and I'd say we could cross that one off the list because it's definitely going to be between Call of Duty and Apex. No, I think it's going to be between Borderlands 3 and Apex.
It's clearly Tetris 99. Tetris 99 is magnificent.
But that's not it has nothing to do with your opinion on it.
Yeah, but that's I don't care. It's still the best.
Anyway.
See, look in the chat. We've got Joshy Neurotic and Nephthys Nile
No,
corroborating
no.
my opinion here. Thank
fine.
you. Thank you for the support. You fine people. I knew I liked you. Okay. Best family game?
Sure.
Why don't you
I
read
don't
those
know anything about
nominees?
that. We got Luigi's Mansion 3, Ring Fit Adventure, Super Mario Maker 2, Super Smash Bros, and Yoshi's Crafted World.
Those
So,
are all
all
Switch
Nintendo.
games.
Well, of course. What else would it be?
I don't know.
Like Nintendo's the only thing putting out family games.
That's crazy.
They cornered the market.
That's bananas. Um,
It's probably going to be Smash Bro.
and I think that's
Mario
kind of
Maker,
messed
actually.
up because Smash Bros is like an old game. This is just like a repackage. Ultimate
Yeah.
is a repackage of an existing Smash Bros. It should not be eligible, in my opinion. Best RPG: Disco
Disco.
Elysium, Final Fantasy 14, Kingdom Hearts 3, Monster Hunter World, Iceborne, The Outer
Ooh.
Worlds.
I don't think I don't think the Outer Worlds is going to win that one.
You don't? I think it deserves it.
No. I think it deserves it, but I don't think it's going to win it.
What do you think is going to take this one?
I think it's going to be between Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy.
Hmm. I really think Monster Hunter World Iceborne is a contender as well. Monster
Maybe. I
Hunter's
haven't heard as much.
awesome.
I know, but I haven't heard as much buzz about that
Yeah.
as the other ones.
I think it'll go
So.
to the Outer Worlds though. I feel like that's
Really?
undeniably it's one of the top games. Yeah.
But RPG though, I don't know. We'll see.
Best action adventure game. Read us the nominees, Rick.
We got Borderlands Tree, Control, not Control. Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, and Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. Oof. Borderlands 3 is going to be a contender. I don't know if Death Stranding is going to be a contender because that's pretty. I feel like anytime we're going to see Death Stranding, it's just going to be because of what it is
Mm-hmm.
or who did it, not necessarily what it is, because apparently it's a lot of walking.
That's been a bit of a controversial thing, actually, because the Game Awards is, of course, put on by Jeff Keighley, who is a huge Kojima fan.
Oh boy.
He's got a really big crush on Kojima, and like as it's it's you know, and of
Yeah.
course he was not involved in choosing the games.
No.
There was a jury of game critics who chose these nominees, but he's still coming under a lot of criticism for Kojima appearing as a nominee.
But I think Borderlands 3 might take that one.
Those are some fantastic games, really
But yeah,
fantastic games to see.
Sekiro has been really hot too. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so all great. Um, Best action game. Do you want to go through
Ooh.
those?
Yeah, so we got Apex Legends, Astral Chain, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, Devil May Cry 5, Gears 5, and Metro Exodus. And it's funny because I was just thinking about this with Exodus. I loved that game, and it still
Mm-hmm.
sticks out as one of the best games I've played this year. But I feel so bad for games that come out early in the year that are great versus
Mm-hmm.
games that come out late in the year and everyone
Yeah.
forgets about the early ones.
Mm-hmm.
Gears 5 won't make it
No.
because it's a very forgettable game. Call of Duty Modern Warfare is got a great story. I think Metro Exodus beats it out as far as story is concerned. Apex Legends to me shouldn't even be in here. I have not played Astral Chains, but I think Exodus for the best action game.
Great.
You have no opinion?
Not really. No.
I have no opinion on it over the AR
Yeah.
VR thing either.
The only one I've played is Gears 5, and I haven't.
Oh,
Yeah, I feel like there hasn't been much buzz about Gears 5. I thought it was good, but I haven't played the whole thing yet. But that's the only one I've played, so don't feel really
no.
capable of commenting.
You want to scoot
Um,
up to
let's go with
indie?
Best Indie. Yeah, Baba Is You, Disco
Baba.
Elysium, Katana Zero, The Outer Wilds, and Untitled Goose Game. And this one, the goose is just gonna walk in, he's gonna honk, he's gonna steal the award, and he's gonna ruin
Yeah.
everybody's day.
Didn't you play this?
I did. I adore Untitled Goose Game. I haven't laughed that much while playing a video game, maybe ever.
I'm surprised that my friend Pedro isn't in this.
Yeah. I've heard good things about my friend Pedro. Did you ever play it?
No, I can't bring myself to spend money on it.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm cheap.
indeed.
Ooh, this next. This
Best
next one, best
ongoing game?
ongoing game: Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six. This is going to be a battle between Apex and Fortnite and Destiny.
Yeah, I feel like Destiny 2 is deserving of ongoing game. They've
Uh
taken
yeah.
that. They've done a
They
great job.
des- they deserve it, but it's probably going to be I think it's going to be honestly a battle between Apex and Fortnite,
I
and I
agree.
don't believe it should be. Um, I think Fortnite's Chapter 2 reveal was really stupid. Like, do you remember? Did you remember that like a couple
Mm-hmm.
months ago? Um, I thought that was the dumbest thing ever. They're like, we're gonna take down all the servers and put this black hole up for like a day and a half, and it's gonna be like, oh, what's the big mystery? And they're like, a new map.
Yeah, it
And
was.
you're like, oh, so it's the same game, just a new map. You needed to do that hype for that.
Mm-hmm.
Woo. um, but I unfortunately think it's going to be between Apex because Apex has been sweeping up. But I think Destiny deserves it, especially after leaving the clutches of, BattleNet and all that jazz.
Yeah, I'm not an MMO gamer, but people who love Final Fantasy 14 really love Final Fantasy
They
14,
do.
and it seems to be a game that really does a lot for their community. So
But, but
that could be a contender as well.
I feel like it's a smaller community than
Yeah,
the rest of
it
those.
is. It really is. Yeah. Games for Impact. What are those this year?
I don't even know what that means, but we got Concrete
That's
Genie.
like last we had Hellblade. Remember that was a winner of Games for Impact one year
Um,
because it had a message of mental health.
Isn't this more of your kind of thing? But Concrete Genie, Gris, Kind Words, Life is Strange 2, and Sea of Solitude, and I've not played any of those.
The only one I've played is Life is Strange 2.
So that one wins?
Yeah, I don't know. Best performance. Do you want me to read
Ash,
some of these?
yeah, go ahead, take it.
Okay. Best performance: Ashley Birch as
Oof.
Parvati Holcomb, Courtney Hope as Jesse Faden from Control, Laura Bailey as Kate Diaz in Gears 5, Mads Mikkelsen as Cliff from Death Stranding, Matthew Porretta as Dr. Casper Darling, Control, Norman Reedus as Sam Porter Bridges, Death Stranding. I'm so over the moon for Parvati from Outer Worlds.
Yeah, yeah,
I've got to support Parvati.
yeah. I think she's deserving of it. I have a feeling Norman Reedus is going to win it just because of who he is. But
Mm-hmm.
can I just put this out? He's overrated. I'm just saying. I'm just a touch overrated.
Norman Reedus is one of those guys that he's the same in every role.
Yeah, I know, and he's great.
Yeah.
But it's like it's Norman Reedus,
Yeah.
right? And I love him, and I'm
It's
not
like
detracting from
Norman
anything he's
Reedus
ever done.
as Norman Reedus.
Yeah, and I'm not detracting from anything he's ever done. But like Norman Reedus versus Mads Mikkelsen, there's like no contest. Like if you haven't watched the movie Polar on Netflix, just go watch that movie and tell me that first of all, Mads Mikkelsen isn't a badass because he is, and two, he should play Solid Snake. Like just hands down, Mads should be Solid Snake if they ever make a movie because he's fantastic. But it should definitely be, I think, Ashley Burch's Pravati.
Okay, best audio, Rick. That's your category.
Oh, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, Control, Death Stranding, Gears 5, Resident Evil 2, and Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. I have not played any of these except I haven't played Control, Death Stranding, or Sekiro. Resident Evil 2, nothing to write home about. Gears 5, boring. But Call of Duty Modern Warfare, I thought did really good with their audio design. Although, it just nothing ever stood out. Their voice quality was pretty bad. Although they put so much effort, in my opinion, into the uh, sound effects that the voiceover quality was utter garbage.
Yeah.
I've listened to it enough times, and it's not fidel. It doesn't have good fidelity. It's pretty bad. So I would probably think that Death Stranding would beat all of them, though. I know Kojima's meticulous about stuff, and I've played his earlier games, and if he's anything as meticulous like those other games, it's probably going to be Death
Right.
Stranding
Right.
and deserving probably. So I don't know.
Best score slash music.
Oof, I don't have any input on this one, but the nominees are Cadence of Hyrule, Death Stranding, Devil May Cry 5, Kingdom Hearts 3, and Sayonara Wild Hearts.
I've only played two of these, Cadence of Hyrule and Death Stranding, and I will say that Cadence of Hyrule had magnificent music. It was sort
Ooh.
of remix versions of a lot of the Zelda originals,
Oh, that's the one that
and
was musical, right?
yeah, that it was something special. I really admired it. Best art direction. The nominees are Control, Death Stranding, Gris, Sayonara Wild Hearts, Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. And I think my vote has to go to Death Stranding for best art direction. It's like Salvador Dali on crack, and
Ooh,
I
then I might
adore
like
it.
that game.
Yeah.
I should try that game once or twice. I should try
I
it.
can stream it for you, and then you can decide.
I know, but like a Kojima game, you have to try it, I think.
It's we'll talk about Death Stranding in a bit.
All right.
Okay, we're getting there. Best narrative: A Plague Tale: Innocence, Control, Death Stranding, Disco Elysium, The Outer Worlds. Um, Honestly, my vote has to go to Plague Tale.
Uh, I don't know these games, so my
Yeah,
default's Outer Worlds.
Plague Tale is it's a great linear story game. Quite enjoy
I
it.
don't I don't think a Kojima game could ever win best narrative because it's like a jumbled mess
It's
of
utterly
things.
nonsensical. Yeah. Best game directions. What are the nominees?
We've got Control, Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, and Outer Wilds. Um, and I'm not putting a jokey spin on Worlds. It's definitely Outer Wilds.
Mm-hmm.
Resident Evil 2 can't win this because there's nothing. It's been done.
Yeah.
It's a remake. Um, there's nothing new in that regard. Probably it's going to be a battle between Sekiro and Death Stranding.
I think if Death Stranding is deserving of any of these awards, it's probably game direction
Yeah, the mystery surrounding it all,
and the
the
direction of the
absurdity.
actors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Game of the year, Rick. Who are the nominees?
Ooh, we've got Control, Death Stranding, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Resident Evil 2, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, and The Outer Worlds. So, what would you pick if you were going to pick out of all these?
My pick is The Outer Worlds. I haven't played Control. I feel like I might love Control if I had played that. Um I also really loved Resident Evil 2. It was super fun. I really enjoyed Resident Evil 2. Is it fair for me to vote for a game that I didn't actually go hands on with?
No. I mean, no. I mean, it's not. I don't think it's a big deal.
I vote for Outer Worlds. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
furious if Smash Bros wins this because that's not
Oh, me
even like a
too.
game from this year. I mean, I
Smash
guess the
Bro.
same could be said of Resident Evil 2, but Resident Evil 2 is more of a it's more of a new creation than Smash Bros.
Absolutely. I mean, it was an overhaul, like a
Mm-hmm.
build from the ground up. But like, I mean, I, I don't. I don't think it's deserving of Game of the Year, and it's not putting it down.
Yeah.
I thought it was really good, but it's just not original. Um, Death Stranding of originality would be a fair contender, I think, even though it's absurd and ridiculous and
Mm-hmm.
most part from what I hear boring.
We have to put together the Gamestack Awards.
But I know we will.
Oh my
But
gosh.
I think Outer Worlds wins it just because it's accessible, it's great, the dialogue's good, and choices matter. And I think when you can combine all those together, I think it's going to be a fight between Outer Worlds and Death Stranding. Personally,
Okay, I was just making a note to remind myself to put together the Stack Awards. So
uh
yeah, but yeah, that was. I'm really interested to see what wins. I like to watch the Game Awards, not just to see who wins awards, but because they show a lot of fun trailers and a lot of fun announcements at that time.
yeah.
So it's always a good time. Um, you know what else was kind of funny?
What?
2K's social media accounts got hacked.
You don't say.
Yeah, it was a problem. This is from a gamesindustry.biz article by Hayden Taylor. Publisher 2K Games had to apologize after many of its social media pages were hijacked and began spamming racist posts.
Ooh.
Yes, they lost control of their
Ooh.
own Twitter account and multiple social media pages for games like WWE 2K20, Borderlands, and Civilizations. And a little quote from them. We are aware that social media accounts across the 2K label have been compromised, and offensive material is being posted that does not reflect the values of 2K or our partners, said 2K in a post on Twitter at the time. We are actively working to fix this as soon as possible. So, in addition to racist messages, a lot of sexual content was posted on these channels as well. 2K has since reclaimed control of its channels and apologized. They did not explain how this happened. So that's a problem.
Well, that's what happens when you make your password for your social media accounts the same password as your luggage.
Yeah. Also the same password as the nuclear codes and
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing if you're gonna get hacked and like it's funny and ha ha ha, and they're like, all right, we realize we did a bad thing. But like when someone hacks you and they post demeaning content, that's not funny. That's
no.
terrible.
I wonder. I sort of suspect that they have the same password across multiple accounts. You know what I
You know
mean?
what? I'll bet you that's what it is, and I'll bet you
Mm-hmm.
all their IT staff was probably like, "This is a bad idea, and we shouldn't do it." And the upper management was like, "Nah, it's fine, it's
Well,
fine, it's fine, it's fine.
it was
Nobody's gonna guess
probably
that our password is canned."
yeah. I'm assuming that it was the social media managers, like the community
Yeah,
people, and
let's
not
see if I don't have. Yeah,
IT or upper management.
yeah,
But
because IT guys are like, "We need to change them," and the people are like, "Well, if I change them, then I got to change them on all my
hmm
phones and platforms and update and
yeah,
so."
two-factor authorization, folks. Two-factor authorization. So, I don't have a good segue for this, but
Nothing.
there's an Assassin's Creed audio drama coming to Audible, and I'm kind of excited for it. I think it sounds cool. They
Ooh.
have an all star cast for Assassin's Creed Gold, which is going to be an audio drama exclusive to Audible. This is from a Eurogamer article by Tom Phillips. And Riz Ahmed, I don't know how to pronounce this name,
Sure.
Riz Ahmed
Reese,
from Star
probably.
Wars Rogue One, and Anthony Head, who was, of course, Giles from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, will be joining No Offense's Tamara Lawrence and longtime Assassin's Creed voice actor Danny Wallace in this original story. And this was detailed by Sci Fi. Gold will tell a tale of murder and politics set in both Isaac Newton's 17th century Britain and today. The present day story stars a new assassin, London street crook Aaliyah Khan, who meets the mysterious Gavin Banks. And he is a figure from the tie in books, and he is the leader of the assassins in the modern day. Um, Khan will delve into the memories of her ancestor, Omar Khalid, meet Isaac Newton, and take part in an adventure that weaves into the great recoinage of 1696. So this is pretty interesting. I think it could be cool. I enjoy audio
Cool.
dramas. I enjoy the Assassin's Creed series. I think I'm the target audience for this. So,
Nice. Man, I hope it's better than if you guys have listened to us for a long time, you've known that both me and Shaline are fans of the We Are Alive series.
mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I would check it out. The original stuff in Jailbreak was good, but this last
Gold
Gold
Rush.
Rush was not. They're like, it's like basically like I can sum it up and just they're like, so we went out, we did this crazy thing, and this thing awesome could have happened, and then it went bad, and we went home,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, wait, that was the story, and they're like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
The
We went
stakes
out,
were
we did a
very
thing,
low. The stakes were
yeah,
low.
we went out, we did a thing, it went bad, we went home. Okay, great. I am so glad I sat through that story.
I'm
Did you
only
guys
halfway through, but I'm
like?
extremely underwhelmed so far.
Like it could have went in such a cool direction, and it's like, it's just Wait for it. Oof.
Oh dear. Rick, you want to talk about some stocks?
I do.
What's going on in the world of GameStop?
Well, we've got Sony, and this is all closing at 11:22:19.
I forgot to update this. This is last week's GameStop. GameStop.
Well, if you're worried about buying stocks a week late, here we go. It's kind of pointless then, isn't it?
I guess so, yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Well, that was
This is last
GameStop.
week's GameStop. It was all trending upward. Across the
There
board,
we
it was
go.
trending upward. That was GameStop. My bad, guys. That was 100% my bad, Rick. What have you been playing?
A lot, actually. Let's go ahead and start with, let's see, the battlefields. If you guys didn't get a chance to watch the stream, from the 24-hour marathon, I would advise there are two sections that I really think you should check out. It's where I was streaming Sea of Thieves with Archon, Vendor, and Shaline here. And the other is when I was streaming Battlefield 5 with a few of my buddies.
His
We
cool
will,
friends.
my cool friends. We've got John Locke, um, Kyle, and Tuna. Those are the guys that I was playing with. And we kind of have our little roles. I am the assault, I kill the tanks, is what I am best at. Um, and Tuna is assault. He's pretty good at like snipey mid range stuff and killing baddies. John Locke is our resident sniper and team lead, and then Kyle is our medic. Lately, we've been switching it up a little bit, but Kyle is a great medic. So the roles do matter in Battlefield, and medic has the opportunity to like res people. Like when you get killed, you don't die; you just fall down, and then your medic can come res you. And he has a myriad of things to do to help that process, like pop smoke on your body, so it puts smoke cover up, and you run up and heal someone and stuff. And so what was really fun in that stream was there were a couple moments that like Battlefield's full of epic moments, and the South Pacific maps are by far and large really, really great. Cannibal Kiwi in chat says John Locke from Lost. Yes, that is exactly where that's from. And the South Pacific maps are just fantastic to play. And one of my favorite moments was there's this flag that you have to capture, and it's kind of up on a hill. And there's this plane. The plane had crashed, and the fuselage is like lodged on the side of a mountain, kind of at an upwards angle, and the back of the plane is sticking up. And below the back of the plane, on the bottom part of that hill, there are like two bunkers. And if you come up towards the plane, like part of the whole mountain side is dug out from where the plane hit. And if you come up from the front, there's no cover. If you come up from the side, it's a cliff. And you come up from the back, there's like no cover because flags A and B overlook C. And there's like artillery on A. You could fire like artillery shells down to C, and then B is just, also covering C. So C is really hot and contested because it's just open to everything. And so we were trying to capture it, and there's like planes strafing us, dropping bombs on our location. There's like other team leads calling in like smoke and artillery barrages on C, as well as tanks coming in on C. And so, I run up. All I remember is I was running up towards the plane fuselage, and I run around from behind it, and Kyle is on my left. And we have a friendly tank parked in front of us, and it's repairing, I think. And then and, um, some I think we were the Japanese. So some American guy decides to get into a vehicle at some point and rush C, like by driving this Jeep towards our tank. And the only thing I see from this is the tank shoots a shell, and then somebody shoots the guy out of the Jeep. And I see this Jeep fly up past the tank. The dead body from the American soldier flies out of the Jeep. And Kyle, who's running next to me, the Jeep just kind of catches him in the face
Oh
as it's,
dear.
as it's flying through the air and no one is in it. And his body goes like flies off in the air. And I'm dying of laughter because I'm just like, what? Like just sheer bad luck, Like it's just one of those moments you're like, that is absolutely amazing, he just gets clocked in the face by an empty Jeep. The one fun thing about, or the one crazy thing about Battlefield is you realize the randomness of it all. Like you and a couple other guys are running up this hill trying to charge a position, and there's like machine gun fire coming down, and out of nowhere a plane comes and like drops a bomb and it explodes next to you and nails the guy next to you, but you don't get hit. And like there's this element of like, man, is war like this? Is Was like World War II random like this? Like just guys are running up a hill and it's just like a luckily whoever to get
I
like who
would
gets
think
whacked.
that there would definitely be an element of that in
Like
actual
I guess
battle.
so, but you just don't think about it until like you play some of these games and you're just like, me and five guys are running and I'm the guy that gets shot by the sniper. you know,
Hmm.
like there's nothing I could do. It's just crazy sometimes some of the random things that happen and kills a buddy of yours or takes some guy down and you're like, I guess, that's just how it was. But um if you get a chance, watch that Battlefield clip because it is it's a lot of fun, and we were doing really good that night, so it's good to watch. I think we were like best squad 2 or 3 games in a row.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really nice when you'd see like the four of you presented at the end. You're like, woohoo! And it's live stream so someone can see it, and we proved it. Um, other than that, the highlights from Sea of Thieves. I've been on a Sea of Thieves kick because of the Ashen stuff that's been put out, and I've been playing it by myself, trying to find the Ashen trinkets in the Ashen tomes, and trying to collect Ashen chests to unlock clothes and other things like that. And me and Shaline, we can talk about this like towards the end, but one of the things I wanted to say was we sailed. Yeah, it was you and me. I think I can't remember when we sailed. Thursday morning. Did we play Thursday morning?
I don't think I played in the morning recently.
But it was when you just magically appeared on my sloop.
Yes, I did that, didn't I?
You did. You just magically
I did.
on
I
my
just
sloop.
popped into existence on your
And
sloop.
I'm trying to think. Yes, it was Archon as well. Um, we were looking for Ashen keys. All right.
Right, yeah.
And yes, and you know, so we took all these missions from Stitcher Gym in an outpost, and so we're like, let's go get these like Ashen keys, and Archon, fish. You can like apparently like fish for keys if you don't use bait. You can just randomly pull a key out. So he pulls a key out of that way, and we go sailing in our Lisa Frank boat. Oh, should we talk about this real
Yes.
quick? All right. So I'll let Shalene kind of pop in here with this. I go and we get the thing. She's like, let me decorate the sloop. And Shalene,
Yeah, usually Archon decorates our boat. But I was like, Rick, I want to decorate our boat. I'm going to decorate our boat. Like the guys are like, yeah, that's fine. Go decorate the boat. So I decorate the boat, and I'm like, come see it, guys. It's glorious. And they come around, and it's purple. The boat is purple, and like
yeah,
kind of there's like a fuchsia stripe on it, and it
yeah,
has a unicorn figurehead, a glorious unicorn figurehead,
which I didn't see
flowing
right away.
mane, the golden horn, and the sails are purple and pink, and the central largest sail has got a massive unicorn head on it. The flag has a unicorn on it. And then there weren't cannons or anything included in that, so I supplemented with some items I believe from the Halo set. Um, because plainly, unicorns and Halo are an obvious combination. That's basically my aesthetic right there.
For pirates.
In a nutshell. And also, I was wearing like a fancy dress, and I had a purple monkey on my shoulder, and his name is Purple Rain. And thank you, Twitch, for making this possible.
And you can feed the monkey. You can give it bananas or fish or anything like that. So I first saw this unicorn figurehead because like I'm walking up to the boat and I turn around and it's just like purple, like RuPaul blew up on this thing, and I'm kind of like, so it's going to be that kind of pirate game, like we're going for the booty, kind of thing. So that's fine, whatever. And I knew Shalene, I knew this was going to be all Lisa Franked, and so we get on the first island and we buy a bunch of these missions from Stitcher Gym to go get these Ashen keys to to unlock these Ashen chests. We've found the Ashen chests before, but we've never had keys to unlock them. So we set sail, and and we get to the first island and we get out. I find a chest and like it was this funny thing where like I pop through the trees with this chest and I see for the first time the figurehead on our boat, and I kind of just stop and I'm like, ah, it's a giant unicorn like Jackie from the '70s show decorated our boat.
Oh my
Fine,
gosh, that's exactly what the boat looked like.
yeah.
Oh my
So like
gosh, it
it's
was
just unicorns
magnificent.
everywhere. So we we I put that chest up there because we had a skull and we found keys. And we went to another island, killed a bunch of skeletons, and I was providing artillery fire while Shaline and Archon were, engaging these guys up close. And so we got it like we were like, oh, a key. And by the way, there's certain things in the game that you can put in your inventory. There's certain things in the game that you can put in chests or you carry with your hand. Like you pick up a skull for bounty and you have it in your hand and you can't do anything else. You're like, I have a skull. Look, here's a skull. Um, you carry a chest or you have a map, you can like right click and you can present it to other players and stuff. Well, it turns out that the keys are that same way. So you pick up a key off the ground and all of a sudden you can't do anything else. You're like, I've got a key. I can't shoot. I can't do anything else. I can't run because I'm holding a key. Anyway, it's stupid. Um, and like, I just love that you can present it though. You're like, I've got a
Mm-hmm.
key. Can you shoot? Mm-mm. Do you have a free hand? I do, but
Behold.
I can't get the door. Um, so we ended up getting like 7 keys and no ashen chests. And we're just like, man, like this is a bummer. Like, like fine. So we figured out we could sell these keys to Stitcher Jim. So it's time to get off for the night, and I go and we turn in all 7 keys, and we get some doubloons and some things like that, and we make good gold from the skull bounties and stuff. And there's that. Well, on Thursday morning, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go try. Oh yeah, so we sell the keys, and then Archon's like, look, in the doubloons shop, you can buy a mission to go get a chest. And we're like, oh, okay, well, we'll try that next time we have some, time. And so the next day, I wake up. It's Thursday morning, Christmas, Thanksgiving, and I'm like, I'm going to sail the seas of cheese for a little bit. So I hop on my sloop and I go slooping along. And I'm like, I'm going to do one key mission, and I do the key mission, and I get 2 keys. Cool. And I carry one back to the ship, go back and get the other one because Lord knows I can't carry 2 freaking keys. So I put them on the table and I sail back to the outpost. And I pay Stitcher Jim for the mission. Cool. So I run back to my sloop. I vote for the mission because I love the multiple personality disorder that this pirate has. He's like, all right, it's time to vote on the mission. And he puts the mission down. He looks
Yeah.
around and goes, who's gonna vote? I will, he says to himself. And then he's like, oh, okay, first mate Tim. Thank you. And then he like stabs the knife that's his into the table and he's like, "Yar, the majority rules." And it's like one pirate. So anyway, um, so I set sail. And as soon as I set sail, a ghost ship sloop goes bloop next to me. And we exchange some blows. And I'm like, crap, I'm by myself. I can't fight and sail and shoot and everything at the same time. So I'm setting course to outrun it, and I'm gaining some ground on it. Ground, see, I'm gaining some sea on it, and I walk down to my map, and I look at where I'm supposed to go, and I look at my map, and I'm like, wait a second, the chest is on Plunder Outpost. I was just on Plunder Outpost. That's where I bought it. And like, so if I would have just like looked at it before I left, that would have been fine. Like, all right, so I turn around and I go back to Plunder Outpost, and I ditch the ghost sloop and I dig up this ashen chest. So I walk back on my sloop, grab a key, unlock the chest, and there's cool trinkets inside. And I sell all those, and I'm like, wait a second. Go back to Stitcher Jim, buy another mission, vote on it. Me and myself vote on it, and it's another chest on Plunder Outpost. And I realized, oh, the chest things that you buy from Stitcher Jim are expensive, 30,000 gold a piece, because they're basically a free ashen chest. And so when we went back to like turn in all 7 of our ashen keys, we could have just bought 7 of those chests and
Yeah.
unlocked all of them instead of like we thought we had to go sailing for them. But no, they're right there. You just like buy one and go dig it up and like unlock it. So it was just kind of like a face palm moment. Like like when we flew with that red flag and all of a sudden everyone knew where we were. We're like, why does everybody know? Well, um, so yeah, it was that moment for us. And then I told Arch, and he's like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And so yeah, I've been having a lot of fun in Sea of Thieves, and boy, the shenanigans we got up to on our stream. But why don't you take it, Shalene?
Oh gosh, it was so good. That stream is absolutely one of the highlights of our extra life day. Um the four of us had some shenanigans, let me tell you. We blew up our own ship. We did. That's a thing
Yeah,
that we
we
did.
did.
We blew up our own ship. We had someone had sunk our ship. We recovered all the stuff.
Well, we can't skip over what happened
Go ahead.
because it's such a good story.
Take it.
The four of us got so comfortable in this, right? In this game where we all leave the ship, and a little sloop came out of nowhere and just unloaded on our galleon, and I think killed you, right?
Yeah. I
And
died
then
so much in that stream. It was ridiculous.
so you died. I died because I swam after this boat and it doubled back, and I got on the ladder, and then they shot me off the ladder. Archon died, and Vendor was alone on this island. So then, oh, you weren't on the boat when it sank again, were you?
Hmm.
Were you?
Yeah,
I
I
thought it was
was.
just Archon and I. So we get back on the galleon, right? And we sail back to the island, and both sloops are sitting on another island that had a perfect view of what was about to happen. And I don't know if they were watching or waiting or what, but I'm hoping they were watching. And as we sail up to park right where we had sunk, we had forgotten that we had gunpowder barrels on our ship when it went down, which is now floating in the water, which basically acts as a proximity mine for other ships.
Yeah.
And we're sailing in and we're about ready to park, and we hear this boom, and the whole ship rocks, right? And just drops like a stone. And we're like, oh, we parked on our own stuff and blew our own ship up with our own gunpowder barrels and sunk it again in the same spot it sank. And I can only imagine the guys on the sloops are just like reeling and laughing, watching us just decimate ourselves.
Those guys that sank us, I started messaging them in the text chat, and I was like, donate to our extra life.
That's right. But yeah.
It was so good. It was so good. I've been playing a lot of Sea of Thieves as well. I'm fully invested right now in Sea of Thieves. It feels great. It feels so good to play. And it's like the thing that I enjoy the most in a multiplayer game is just having a playground, you know, a world in which I can make bad choices with my friends. And Sea of Thieves is absolutely providing that. And it's fun. It's a lot of fun. You know, we
Mm-hmm.
can wear silly clothes and do silly dances and play music and sink our own boat. And it's been a lot of fun. And I was playing with you and Archin another
Oh,
day. I think it was the next day after the stream.
Sunday night, yeah.
We lost like 6 boats that day. We just sank
We
them
kept
over and over
we
and
kept
over
getting
again. It was ridiculous.
it was like I don't think we got sunk to pirates. It was just getting sunk to
Yeah.
lightning,
Ghost
ghost ships
ships.
maybe.
Yeah.
Volcanoes were the bane of our
Mm-hmm.
existence.
Yeah. It was bad. We just kept losing ship after ship.
It was funny.
It was very funny. And those rowboats are like indestructible, man. They are tough little rowboats. And oh man, it was so funny finding that rowboat in that lagoon in the middle of the island, and it had the harpoon on it. I'm like, hey
Yeah.
guys, there's a rowboat over here. And Archin sees, and he's like, oh, it has a harpoon on it. And he's like, oh gosh, how can I get this rowboat out of here? And I'm like, I make a joke about like maybe you can use the harpoon to like winch it out. I'm totally joking. Do not think that this is an actual option. I'm pretty sure that this is just not meant to be a usable rowboat. A little while later, Archon comes rowing around the corner of the island. Rick's like, how'd you get it out? He's like, the harpoon.
Yeah,
So
like that
he,
fish that like hops on the land. It's just he drug himself across.
yeah, harpooned himself out of that little lagoon. It was great. And then we had a harpoon rowboat, and those are fun. Those harpoons, they're really
Oh
useful.
yeah.
They're super fun. But yeah, we had a great time playing Sea of Thieves. And I played with Archon last night for a few hours, and it was so lucrative. We did not get sunk. I don't believe we were sunk one time. Um, I
Yeah.
did potentially run us aground a couple of times, possibly, but the holes were repaired. It's like it never happened. That's another thing that's changed about Sea of Thieves. I am now our Sea of Thieves driver. Um,
Yes, you're a very good.
yes.
You're a very good pilot. Something.
I've been driving the boat, and yeah, that feels it's a little strange to drive because that's never been my role on the team. But it's been fun. It's been fun driving the boat, parking the boat. I like it. Um, yeah. So Sea of Thieves
Yeah.
is a good time.
You've only bottomed out like twice.
Yeah, it's how I bottomed out several times last night. Actually, it was a problem.
Oh,
I think it's because we were in the sloop, and I had gotten used to the larger boats.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, I could park a lot closer, like on
Mm-hmm.
the beach.
Yeah, and Archon would be like, "You can fit right there," and I'd be like, "Okay, I'll try." And I would like sink the boat. And I wouldn't actually sink the boat, but I would like bottom out. Archon goes down, fixes the hole, and then when I'm off the boat, I'll notice he gets on there and like reparks the boat.
I can imagine you pulling back into port. And it's like, you look, your ship's got some damage. Pirates? Nah. Ghost ships? Nah. Park jobs?
Interestingly enough, I'm also someone who hits curbs IRL when parking. I'm
I
terrible at
am not
parking.
surprised.
Yeah.
See, it's the years of playing PUBG with you and watching you play other driving games that was like, you know what? I'm gonna pilot the ship.
I'm a great driver. Um, I'm a terrible parker. I'm bad in traffic as well. But like
When there's nobody else around and
on
when the
an
roads
open
are dry.
highway, I can drive for any amount of time in any conditions. Snow, blinding snow, feet of snow, ice, rain, whatever. I've got this. But introduce other cars or parking spaces, and it's all gone. All the skills go out the window. But that's neither here nor there. That is not what this podcast is about. This podcast is about video games. And I played some more of those besides Sea of
Ooh,
Thieves.
talk about him. Talk about him.
Yes, I played through the Portal 2 co-op with Archon, and that was a ton of fun. We played through it in one sitting. I didn't remember it being an experience that you could really get through all at one go. I felt like it was longer than that, like a longer experience. Um, but I think part of that may just have been due to the fact that Archon is smart. So it went kind of faster because, like, that's not the kind of intelligence that I have. Physics and directions. It was about 4 to 5 hours, Archon says.
Gotcha.
But it was a lot of fun, and that really holds up. It had been years since I'd played the Portal 2 co-op, so it kind of felt like a new game in a lot of ways. And oh gosh, I had forgotten just how funny Gladys is in the commentary. She tries to turn you against your co-op partner, and
I remember that.
yeah, it's so funny. So that's a game that really holds up. So if it's been a while since you played any Portal 2, I recommend checking that out. And it was really fun. I love Sea of Thieves. I love playing Fallout 76, but it was fun to play something different for
Hmm.
once as a co-op experience. So I think we may have to seek out some different co-op games sometimes, because that was really fun.
Yeah.
Pocket Camp introduced a subscription service.
Oh no.
I subscribed to it. I
Of
did.
course.
Yeah. There are two different plans. I subscribed to the cheaper one. It's $2.99 a month, and you get to nominate one of your animal friends to be like your assistant camp manager. And they take care of some of the requests and stuff and gather up materials for you while you're away. And it's really neat. And they follow you around. That particular animal follows you all around the different islands. It's really, really cute. I have no regrets. I have no regrets about subscribing to Pocket Camp Club. It was really fun. So if you're a Pocket Camp player and you're on the fence about that, I do recommend that one. If you're a daily Pocket Camp player, I think it's absolutely worth your $3. Um, Rick, I finally have to admit that Death Stranding is a video game that's real.
Yes, you do.
I do. It's a real video game, and I have played it. Yeah, it's
And
I half expected it to just be like a Blu-ray of movies when I popped it in the PS4, but it's a game, and it's Norman Reedus. It's Kojima. It is some Kojima as heck right there. Let me tell ya. Um, this is a weird game. It is a very strange game. I I'm really not sure whether or not I am having fun. Like it's I
nice.
I feel like I want to play it more, but I'm not sure it's actually fun. It is a lot of walking. I don't mind that. That's not something that's ever bothered me in video games. You are basically a postman. You stack up the parcels on your back. You can carry them in your hands, and you deliver packages across this weird apocalyptic scenario. I do love the style of the game. I think it's really got style. I like the music. The story is utterly nonsensical. I can't make sense of it. I'm told that it gets a little bit more understandable, a little more comprehensible farther along. But I'm only a few hours in. I do love the baby in a jar so far. That's my favorite part of the game. It's the baby in the jar. It's interesting. It is an interesting game. I'm not sure I can recommend it because I'm not sure if I like it. So, but it is a real game that exists, and I do have to give it that much credit. You did it, Kojima. It's a video game. Okay, I also
Nice.
played. Okay, this was a stream that I did, a two-part stream. You're shaking your head
I
already.
heard it was great. I
It,
heard it was great though.
it was amazing. I played I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a finger licking good dating simulator.
Ah,
Yeah, that is the actual name of the video game. And it was the KFC Colonel Sanders dating simulator. And it was very, very ridiculous, very silly. There were these over the top enemies in the game that were like a culinary team rocket. And Colonel Sanders was this very young, dreamy, robust version of Colonel Sanders. And you had a professor at cooking school who was a corgi. That was pretty cute. And a quirky best friend. It was a really fun experience to play through. During the stream, I did voices for all of the characters, which was really fun. I enjoyed that quite a bit. So definitely check out this stream if you're interested. It's archived on Twitch. I'll post it to YouTube when I have some time. Um, Something that really did bother me though is that at the end of this, the only outcome is that you end up dating Colonel Sanders, right? Like there's no choices in this game in terms of like, oh, do I want to date Colonel Sanders or this other hunky chef? No, there's just Colonel Sanders. You only love Colonel Sanders because KFC. And at the end, Colonel Sanders, we had a nice romantic moment, but he said that he didn't respect me as a chef. And that bothered me so much, Rick.
maybe that's the whole thing. You got to make it go successful.
It really bothered me so much. Never date somebody who does not respect you as a chef, guys. Just don't do it. It doesn't matter how dreamy they are. You deserve someone who respects you as a chef.
Unless you
Okay.
burn water.
I mean, even then, you deserve to be respected. You deserve to be respected, Rick.
If
Respect
you suck
yourself.
at something, you should be respected.
Yes, you should always be respected by your significant other.
Yeah, but it was just a date, though.
Don't date people who don't respect you.
Exact. Well, yes, that. Yeah.
But yeah, I love you, Colonel Sanders. It was very silly and very ridiculous, and I quite enjoyed streaming that. And I had a lot of fun playing a bunch of different games on Extra Life Stream. I'm not going to go too in depth, but PC Building Simulator was a lot of fun. Don't Starve. I was killed by bees.
You didn't starve though.
I didn't starve. I didn't starve, but I was slaughtered by just legions of bees. So many
Yeah.
bees. Papers, Please. Two of my family members died of cold and lack of access to medicine, and I was arrested by the secret police for potentially being involved with a terrorist cell. Bridge Constructor Portal killed a lot of test subjects. Had a lot of fun building terrible bridges. And Division 2 with you was so much fun. I really, really enjoyed playing Division 2.
It was a lot of
We
fun.
need to get back to that sometime.
I
It was quite
know. We're close to
enjoyable.
beating it too.
Yes, I do enjoy playing shooters with ya. It's a good time. And
Yep.
that's my gameplay. It's a lot.
Cool.
It was a lot. I'm sorry. It was extensive. But we do have a listener email. Rick, would you like to read it?
Absolutely. This is from Mr. Rockstark, and he writes, "Hiya, y'all. Missed you guys. I'm the Mr. Rockstark that you probably don't remember who emailed TFS way back in February or March. I described Shaline as an angel, Rick as a grumpy old man like me, and Vendertron as an exotic international flair bot. Then I promptly dropped off the face of the podcasting earth for 9 months. But that was definitely my bad. Anyways, I'm finally re-caught up with both shows, and it sounds like y'all are hunting for some emails, so here goes. We're not lonely. Um, I have my own virtual game stack, and I thought the three of you might want to take a quick look at each and choose what you think I should play next. I'm indecisive and I trust your opinions. You introduced me to Hellblade for one thing. Plus, my excellent taste in video games is bound to spur some discussion. I've never played any of the games listed below. Hope you all enjoy this, and if it makes it on air, sweet. If not, it was just nice to say hi. You folks are actually what's the best thing about gaming community, hands down. You play games because you enjoy them, you play with others because you enjoy others, and you run non-monetized gaming podcasts because you just love games. I love hearing you crap all over microtransactions, loot boxes, and other terrible, shady, no good game industry practices because I can tell you all really truly care about what's most important, having fun alone or with friends. You should always have fun when you're alone and with friends. So, anyways, without further ado, here's my condensed game stack. Let me know what you think if you think you have the time. Oh, it's a stack. All right, here we go. Dragon's Dogma Dark Horizon, Dishonored, Borderlands, Dragon Age, Castlevania Anniversary Collection, Baldur's Gate, Devil May Cry, Deus Ex, Darksiders, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, Spyro Reignited Trilogy, Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy VII, Dying Light, Kingdom Come Deliverance, Dead Space, and Prince of Persia Sands of Time. Still loving the show and loving every one of you. Hope things are well. Sounds like Bender and Shalene have been pretty ill. I hope everyone's feeling better and hope personal lives are getting brighter. Sending good thoughts your way, and I really promise I'm going to stick around this time. No more distractions. I love Discord. I'd love a Discord invite, though I haven't learned how to use it yet. Best of you all, Mr. Rockstark. Well, the one I've already got my pick.
Okay, go ahead.
Baldur's Gate.
Really?
Yes.
Tell me why.
It so when you know me, I'm an FPS guy. I like just like run and gun. Like, Rick, here's a mission for you. Go take the grenade and throw it in that bunker, and then I go do. So I like games like that. But whenever something out of the ordinary, like Hellblade or Baldur's Gate or something like that, catches me, Portal, it has to be really good if I like it. You know what I mean? I'm a pretty basic gamer. So Baldur's Gate was one of those, dungeon crawlers, and I have a thing. I really like dungeon crawlers. Dead Space is really good. So is Final Fantasy VII, but there was something about Baldur's Gate that just was great, amazing, perfect, even. So yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, I'm gonna give you a top 4 and then a top number
Oh,
1. I will
this
narrow
is
it
not the
down.
point.
I will narrow it down.
All right, all
But
right.
the best 4 on this list, in my opinion, are Dishonored, Dragon Age, Deus Ex, and Dead Space. You couldn't go wrong with any of those, in my opinion.
I agree.
But the game that you need to play on this list is Dishonored. And
Oh,
yes, even
that beats
if
Dragon
it
Age?
beats Dragon Age for me, I would even recommend the most strongly Dishonored 2. The level design in Dishonored 2 is in a class of its own.
Man,
It's just it takes everything that was good about the original Dishonored, and I do recommend going back to play the original Dishonored. It's still excellent. I've played it recently. It holds up. But Dishonored 2 takes everything that was good about Dishonored and makes it better. So, Um, Dishonored and Dishonored 2, can't recommend those highly enough. Definitely go play them. Yeah,
I cannot
and
believe that.
it's that series is it's got a special place in my heart. It really does, especially Dishonored 2. So, and the DLC from the first Dishonored is just it's magnificent. With you play as Dowd, the assassin. It's really good. Really, really good. Yeah. Any other comments?
Nope, I got nothing.
I think that with that stack of games, we have come to the conclusion of yet another game stack. Thanks for writing in, Mr. Rockstark. Um, okay, any announcements or plugs or anything?
Nope.
Okay, that Fallout show will return next week. And we will talk about the Fallout series. You can email us just like Mr. Rockstark did at info@wejustlovegames.com. Info@wejustlovegames.com. Find us on Twitter at wejustlovegames. I'm Shaline L. Rick is Rick McVick. And Vendertron is VendertronN. And you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/wejustlovegames, facebook.com/groups/wejustlovegames. Join our Discord. The link to that is here on our Twitch page. The link can also be found on our Twitter page, or you can just send us a PM. We'll get you that Discord invite. We record this show live at 6:30 p.m. Mountain Time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on twitch.tv/wejustlovegames. If you would like to join us live, that is how. Find us on YouTube, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, iHeartRadio, Spotify, wherever fine podcasts are given away. Like, subscribe, review the show. It helps us find a wider audience and helps us grow, and we love you for it. Thanks for listening. Rick, do you have a last word?
That's a date now, Saturday at 3. No, you better make it Tuesday. I'm going to Europe on Monday.